So this morning is week 2 of week 10 of our Yamas and Niyamas meditation. So today we're going to be meditating on the concept of Satya, which means truth and speaking our truth. And so we're going to do a little bit of breath of fire to start with, really slow, nothing too vigorous or strenuous. But before we do that, let's just go ahead and let the eyes close and find a comfortable seat. And that might be seated on a cushion, or you could be up against a wall this morning if you need a little bit of support, or perhaps in a chair. And if you'd really like to get comfortable and you'd like to lay down, that's fine as well. Just find a position for your body that's comfortable. And just take a big inhale in through your nose. And big breath out through your mouth. And if it's comfortable, take a breath in. And on your exhale, audible exhale out, just really sigh it out. And do that one more time, whichever is more comfortable for you. We're just trying to activate the vagus nerve, which sits just at the base of the throat. Helps with regulation of emotion. It helps with just helping the body stay completely intact and regulated with hormones and some of our just overall well-being. And then just come to your breath. And for a moment, we're going to do a breath of fire. So as you take an inhale in, you're just going to fill your lungs with air. And as you exhale, you're just going to gently pull your belly in for, it's like a little shh breath. So as you breathe in, take a breath, nice big breath. And then really slow, pull your belly button in and do a little snap. Take it nice and slow as you exhale. Take a breath in. And pull your belly towards you. Make a sound as you exhale out. Breath in. Pull your belly button in. Breath in. Belly towards your spine. We're just going to do that for about 10 more rounds, so follow at your own pace. Breath in. Gently pull the belly in. And when you've done your last exhale out, just go ahead and let the breath come back to a natural pattern. And taking it nice and slow. If you feel a little lightheaded, that's normal. Just starting to calm the breath down. And just start to pay attention to the body, noticing maybe how you feel from the feet and into the legs and into your hips. Notice if there's a tight or cranky spot this morning, and just see if you can gently send the breath to help release any tension you might have. Maybe it's in the belly or your shoulders. Notice the jaw and see if you can gently unhinge it. And just as you're starting to notice the body, start to take 3 counts in on your inhale and 4 counts out on your exhale. And if that feels good, and you'd like to do 4 counts in on the inhale and 5 counts out on the exhale. And as you stay with this breath, I want you to bring to mind an excuse or a habit or a way of being that you've created to avoid speaking your truth. And it could be about yourself. It could be about your body. It could be about a relationship. It could be about a habit or a routine you're stuck in. Just bring to mind anything that you currently are doing that might be holding you back from truly speaking your truth. And Satya means truth. It's the second Yama. And oftentimes we know when we're not speaking our truth or we're telling a story in order to cover what we mean to say. Maybe we find ourselves holding back an opinion or a thought because we don't feel we'll be heard. But Satya is all about being truthful in our words, both about ourselves and about others. Not creating stories that don't exist to make it feel less. So if something's come to mind, I want you to think about how has it defined you? And what story have you begun to believe about yourself or that situation to be true? And if you were to speak your own truth in those moments or in that situation, what would you say, do, or think differently to speak your truth? And just for a moment, think on something you can do today or this week to start to own your truth. What's one thing you can do to start to own your truth? And whatever came to mind, just sit with that for a moment, coming back to your counted breath. 3 or 4 counts in on the inhale and 4 or 5 counts out on the exhale. And noticing if an emotion came up when you thought of speaking your truth. and just own the emotion or feeling that's there. Don't try to make it go away. Just sit with it for a moment. And just imagine what that emotion or feeling would feel like if you spoke your truth. What changes? And if you find yourself in a situation this week where you feel that emotion come up because you're not able to speak your truth, I want you to just say our intention for this week to yourself, which is, I allow myself to speak my truth so that I might find my true self. I allow myself to speak my truth so that I might find my true self. I allow myself to speak my truth so that I might find my true self. And whatever's there, just gently acknowledge it and then just let it go for a moment. And if you find yourself unpacking whatever came up in this meditation this week, or if you're confronted with a situation where your story needs to be different than what it currently is, have grace with yourself. Take time in the situation and just find a moment where you can speak your truth. And as you're speaking your truth this week, remember to do it in love, to do it with grace for others on where they are in this moment in life, but doing it from a place of positive intention and a place of grace and an understanding that this is just part of the journey. And slowly start to come back to your breath. Just take a few deep inhales, nice long exhales. Bring your awareness back to your body just for another breath or two. Giving it gratitude for getting you up this morning, for all the things that it's going to do for you this week. And I thank you for joining me this morning. Have a beautiful rest of your day and a wonderful week. Namaste.